Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Before we get started, let's say hi to everybody, and then let's start off with...
Where's Ron?
My cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell. I'm not sure where he is exactly.
I'm forever blowing bubbles. Oh, I lost my sunglasses. Oh, my God, I dropped them. They fell behind the sofa.
Go ahead and turn around so everybody can see your butt.
Oh, shit.
Why?
Perverted fairy.
Oh.
Oh, my God, where are my glasses?
So while he's looking for his glasses, let's say hi to the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Fellas, what's going on? We had a few lightning strikes there that shut down the power here, but I'm glad that the show's going on. I heard Ron say, God hates us too. That was hilarious.
Said the Lord is trying to kill us
Right.
electrically for being homosexualities.
Well, you guys are nice and safe in California, so looking good. How you guys doing?
Good. How are
Good,
you?
good.
We couldn't hear anything either.
Oh,
We couldn't
could
hear
have been the
anything,
lightning.
so you know.
Yeah, lightning.
Swam all morning because the weather is gorgeous. The sky is like blue, not a cloud in the sky. It was like 85 to 90 this morning. Now it's probably 107. And I swam because I'm trying to get my body, like soaking wet kind of. They say that the water, when you soaks your body, contours you, makes you lose weight in the right places. So I'm swimming.
I think it's good therapy, both for the body and the mind.
I did my Esther Williams backstroke.
Oh, can't you just do the Ron Russell backstroke?
Oh, I did the Esther Williams. Actually, we used to have a joke about Esther Williams. My friend Bernice looked like Esther Williams, and she was Jewish, so we used to call her Esther Williamsburg. Williamsburg is a part in Brooklyn. A place. Anyway, the joke didn't work. These friggin' glasses.
Come on, Ron, pull it together.
So we got a chat room full of people. What's up, everybody in the chat room? Let's give some shout-outs. We got B. Claudia from Germany. What's up, B? Yay! We got Eileen Shapiro.
Eileen Shapiro.
We got Dave from Stars Now UK in the UK. I see Goddess. What's up, Goddess?
Goddess, those lips on my...
She said you got one fine ass.
Really? That's what every man said that ever knew. Now listen, I saw your lips on Facebook, my darling.
What?
Those are succulent lips. Those are like toilet plungers. Wow. They were like some... I mean, she had lips like a toilet plunger.
Oh.
The big, juicy, sexy, my God, what filthy thoughts men have when they see those lips. Anyway, Goddess, I know you're not getting married, honey, but I'm happy that you're happy, and I love you to pieces. And when are you going to come on our show, Goddess? We have to have you on.
We'll have her just call in one day.
Well, we can't. She could Skype in.
Yeah, we have to set it up to do it.
I want to talk with her like a person to person. I'm sick of doing Facebook. It's like porno. All those filthy pigs that come on and tell you what they want to do to you.
Wow.
I hate that. They call,
right.
They come on my page and they tell me all these filthy things they want to do. And I think, oh, my God, do people really do that?
Who knows? Chad, I sent you a text, too. Check it out and let me know.
Chatty. How's it going? How's the marriage? Did you do any cooking?
Yeah, I do cooking. I'll bring home food, but Heather, of course, is the master chef. I have
She's a good...
Oh yeah, she's awesome. I bring food here, and everyone's like, "What'd you bring today?" Share.
I used to ask you that, like, what are you eating today? And I gave up on it because it was boring shit that you ate.
Oh really? I was eating boring shit back in the day.
You didn't eat. Well, I talk about boring shit. I had a dinner party last Sunday afternoon for all of my great friends, right?
Yep.
And my daughter Leslie said to me, "Daddy, every time you have a dinner party, you have a couple of drinks and you ruin all the food. So now pre-cook it the day before. This way, all you have to do is put it in the oven and serve it."
Yeah.
Camel shit.
Camel shit.
Yeah, my lasagna looked like camel shit.
Oh, that's
I
terrible.
make lasagna. What I make?
As long as it didn't taste like
no.
camel
My
shit.
eggplant looked like camel shit, and my broccoli and sun-dried flour. Sun-dried tomatoes and broccoli pasta that I always make delicious with cannoli nuts came out like wallpaper paste with like rocks in it. No, the food was atrocious because you cannot cook Italian food the day before and put it in the refrigerator. It becomes garbage. You have to cook it fresh. So my daughter's out of her mind. Anyway, so I had 11 people here starving, but we had a lot.
They loved it. They all ate it. Only one person got kind of like really sick.
Well, no,
what? Somebody got sick.
Brian got sick because we started off with Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
Then we went to vodka martinis, and then he went to wine. And that's in the afternoon. So he was sick from the booze, not my food, because he really didn't eat my food. I didn't eat my food either.
I ate it. The eggplant was good.
Oh, please. It was like a cinder block.
And that's pretty good, too, Chad, because, I don't like those kinds of things. But eggplant I actually like.
Anyway, cook it fresh. Italian food was meant to be cooked on the spot and eaten immediately before it chills. That's the secret to eating good Italian food. In a restaurant, do you like it if they bring you your food cold and it's all stuck together and soggy? No. Well, what makes any difference? Anyway, I'm not cooking anymore. I've given up on cooking.
He'll cook. Here's the problem. Is he gets so excited because he's talking in conversations with all the people that he just forgets about things, and then they sit in the oven too long.
It's true. No,
after a few of those Bloody Marys and
that's it. It's a vodka.
11 people sitting around on the couch with the food in the oven, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no, my food's in the oven."
No.
You got to bring the timers with you.
I completely forgot about it. It was I think Tony that said, "Ron, I think your food's burning." I thought, oh my God, I forgot.
It was hilarious.
I had my pasta boiling and my eggplant, everything in the oven was a mess. Anyway.
But you know what? When you have a dinner party, Chad, it's not for, and Chad and everybody else, it's not for the food. Everybody comes for the socializing and getting to talk with friends, and we had a blast.
Everybody's funny. Everybody told stories. We all were laughing ourselves off. And plus, we all a little buzzed. So it was a fun affair. But I have to tell you another thing. You must have help when you cook at my age. Because 78 years old, it's not like when you're 30 years old. You forget things. I forget recipes. I forget what I'm doing. And I need help in the kitchen because the dishwasher's full. This is that, pots in the sink. And now that we have all these crappy open kitchens that I despise to the rest of the house, you're sitting in the most elegant dining room with a 10-foot dining room table. Candles are burning and flowers and china. And then you turn to the right and you see this filthy mess of dishes, pots, pans, crap all over. It's atrocious. What happened to walls and kitchens with swinging doors so you could hide the mess? And
it wasn't that messy. It's not really that messy.
Well, even if I hired somebody, the woman is in the kitchen banging pots and pans, and we're 10 feet away in the dining room. Walls. I believe in walls.
I like it open.
Of course.
Everybody can see it. I'm common. I'm common as dirt.
I didn't say that, did I? I never said that.
I know. We got some other people just joined us. What's up? Patrick Talbot, who's Ghostly Beard on Twitter, is in the chat room saying hi to everyone. Hello, Patrick. And Gata said that she had 2 glasses of wine on an empty stomach this weekend, and she went to take a shower, and on the way back, the bed was so inviting that she left her friends for a couple of hours because she had to take a nap.
Yeah, I bet.
With who, Goddess? With who?
The boyfriend. The boyfriend grabbed her and threw her into bed. What do you think? He said, "Close the door, let the guests drink, and let's go." And Goddess said, "Okay, honey." And she threw him a good one, right, Goddess?
You never know.
I mean, please, she went to bed alone, really. That beautiful thing with that body went to bed alone at a party. Never happened.
It does happen once in a while, though. People go to bed alone.
Some sneak is going to sneak in the bedroom and attack her, please. Please.
Okay.
Never let it be said that I said that.
Okay, yeah, you never said it.
Jimmy Star said it.
That's right, I said it, Chad. I'm always the bad one anyway.
Mm-hmm. I can only imagine what you go through off air.
He won't give me the money to finish the patio. All right?
Oh, well.
So he won't. He said to me, "We've spent too much money." I won't even tell you the amount, but it was over $500,000 since we left Pennsylvania in cash.
Oh.
That's buying. We're buying the house outright and doing and moving and going and insuring and moving. It was $12,000 just to move out here. $13,000. Plus, we put $7,000 down in the floor. We blew out I mean, it's a fortune of money today to do anything.
I don't know how people even do it if they're not all making big money.
60 years ago, my father bought an old dump in Astoria, an old dilapidated house, because my dad was a builder as well. And he made that house magnificent on $3,000. The house was gorgeous when it was done. Today, $3,000 doesn't even buy you drapery.
Well, it'll buy drapery, but it definitely doesn't buy a floor.
So Jimmy said,
Goddess said you have to blame Ron has to blame someone, so he has to blame me, and she wants to know what happens with the solar panels.
The solar panels, all my friends said get them, and they also, like my one friend said he spends $200 a month, because, you know, Palm Springs, we have AC all the time in the summertime, and it gets quite hot here. Sometimes in the August up to 120. So it
was 112 the other day.
So you need to have a lot of air, and it costs money because we have windmills all around on Indian land here, but the Indians don't let Palm Springs have that electric. They sell it to Las Vegas and Los Angeles. So we have to look at those friggin' propellers that ruined our mountain views, and we don't even get the benefit of the electricity. We should really be living in an electric-free town. Palm Springs should not be paying for electric.
Actually, you're right about that. I agree with that.
Of course I'm right about everything, darling. Haven't you learned that? Haven't you learned that?
Even when you're not, you are. That's some funny shit.
I like how somebody on my Facebook page, some actor, I forgot his name. I'd love to use his name so I could, you know, get him. He said he hates homosexuals. He can't stand fags. Faggots, he wrote, because they act like 12-year-old girls. How stupid is he? He must be a closet queen or a guy that really is gay and is fighting it himself, because no man has the mentality to come forward and make such a statement. No real man, like our guest today. Our guest today is magnificently handsome, hunky, sexy, butch, big, tall, muscular, and fabulous actor. And he hugs me and he squeezes me, and he's just wonderful because he's a real man. These closet faggots, they don't do that. They're afraid because they might get a tingle in their pingle.
Tingle in their pingle. Up, we want to say hi. Pat just joined us in the chat room, you guys. That's at Cody Fans or at Jimmy_Ron_fans on Twitter, and she's in Canada, so we want to say hi to her. And
where is she in Canada?
She's in like one of those places where it's still snowing.
Where's Canada?
It's still snowing there.
Where's
I don't know, someplace up Banff or someplace.
Canada?
I don't know.
Is that how you say it?
It's Canada.
It's Cannes.
Well, no,
Canada.
It's not France. It's not the Cannes Film Festival.
No,
it's Canada.
C-A-N, Cannes. Nada.
Okay, Chad, how do you say Canada? How do you say Canada?
Canada.
See?
No.
Teach me, Ron, how to properly say that.
It's an absolute fact that every newscaster, when he has learned to speak proper English, spoke New York English. Not New York slang, but New York English. New York City people who are educated and speak properly speak English correctly. Not me. I'm from Brooklyn. Frig all of you. But anyway,
okay.
It's Canada. That's your
Canada.
That's your Southern accent because you're from Florida.
Hey, Patrick, am I saying Canada correctly? Just say yes or no.
Now you said Canada. Now you said it correct.
Canada.
No,
Canada.
you were saying Canada.
She's in Maine. She's in Maine. Anyway, we got to call. So first of all, you guys, we got two great guests today. We have Harley Wallen is going to be our second guest, and Jasson Finney is getting ready to come on right now. He's been on the show before. We love him.
We love Jasson.
Chad, we got to find something to play while we're calling him. Why don't we try playing Armonite since we've never played Armonite before? Do you have that?
I do have that.
All right, you guys, this is Armonite. They're an Italian band, and they play like violins and stuff, and it's really funky, great music. The name of the song is By Heart, and we've never played anything like this before on the show. I think you guys are going to like it, so enjoy.
That's because class has come to the Jimmy Star Show.
Enjoy Armonite By Heart while we're getting Jasson Finney on the line. Bye, everybody. See you in a minute.
Tutti italiani.
right, Jimbo, there you go.
All right, everybody, that was Arm and Night. The name of the song is By Heart, and their new album is called And the Stars Above, and it just came out like a week ago. It's really cool. And now, Jason, just say something before we introduce you.
Hey, guys, how you doing in that hot weather of yours?
There you go, so we know
loving
everybody can
every
hear.
minute of it.
All right, everybody, now we're going to do a real introductions. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the fitness guru and absolutely terrific actor, Mr. Jasson Finney. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, guys, how are you?
And you already know us, but like since there's new people coming in, we have to.
Jason is a buddy.
Yeah, I know, but we still have to introduce him. So say hi to Ron. You already know Ron.
Hello.
Of course I know Ron, my buddy Ron. I love to hug Ron.
Yes, I know that, and I talked about it.
That was perfect.
And I talked about it before. Only a real man hugs a gay guy. All the gay guy, the closet fags, they won't even touch us because, like I said, they get a tingle in their pingle, and they don't know what it's all about.
So then we got that man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Mr. Finney, welcome back to the show. Good to have you.
Hey, Chad, how are you? Sounding great?
Good to see you again.
You too, buddy.
Then we have a chat room full of people from all over the place. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, chat room.
And Eileen's in there. Say hi to Eileen.
Oh, great. Hello, Eileen.
See how they light up when they talk to Eileen?
Everybody likes Eileen.
Big tits really score. I'm sorry. When you have like knockers like Eileen's got, like what is she, like 30, 47 triple X or something? I mean, men just get silly. They look at those bazooms and they go, ooh, they get giggly. And it's amazing what tits do for men and women too.
You gotta love it. What are you gonna say? She says hello. She says, "Hey, handsome," back. So there you go.
Did you see how Jason lit up when he said her?
I know.
He got all masculine. He got all penis. You know, like all penis.
You gotta love it. All right,
but
everybody.
Anyway, I want to ask
Eileen's great.
We love her. She's my angel. Who are you killing in films lately? Are you doing any more of that horror shit? Killing off?
No horror right now, but I did something interesting with Bianca Del Rio and Rachel Dratch. It just came out. It's called Hurricane Bianca from Russia with Hate. It's her second movie. So you know who Bianca Del Rio is, right?
I do. He does.
A drag queen,
yes,
right?
A very famous drag queen.
So her claim, she became famous when she was on the RuPaul Drag Race, that reality show.
Yeah.
Right.
She was one of the contestants there and kicked butt, and then just became huge, and then did this one film, Hurricane Bianca, and then we just did the second one. And I played a Russian soldier in there, which was fun, like a prison guard.
Actually, because there's Dot Marie Jones is in that film.
Love me.
Did you get to work with Dot Marie Jones? Do you know who Dot Marie Jones is?
No, I worked with Bianca and with Rachel.
Okay.
Oh, too bad you didn't work with Marie. She's an angel. We love her.
She plays the Russian, military, the one with the head Russian person, I think.
Yeah,
the lady.
She was fantastic. I just didn't get a chance to work with her.
She was on Glee. We had her on the show 2 years ago. We love her.
She's a lesbian woman married to an airline stewardess who is absolutely
hot,
breathtakingly gorgeous, long blonde hair, body of death, magnificent face, feminine, sexy creature. And she's lesbian too. You'd never know it. So you see everybody out there, not all gay people look like fairies and dykes.
Guys, listen, this is a very cool oh, hang on. I don't want this. Wait. So you guys, with this movie, it's called Hurricane Bianca from Russia with Hate. Jason is in it. Wanda Sykes is in it.
Oh, my God. I love Wanda.
Kristen Johnson, you guys remember her from Third Rock. I think it was Third Rock from the Sun. Rachel Dratch is Saturday Night Live. Dot Marie Jones, who's been a guest, and I actually have the trailer. We're going to play the trailer. Eileen says Hurricane Bianca's a good friend of hers.
This movie I've got to see.
And it's got a great soundtrack, and I'll give a little plug.
When is it coming out?
It's out. It's on Netflix, right?
Oh, I'm watching it tonight.
It's on Netflix.
I'm watching it tonight because we hate television. The shit they put on regular television is boring as hell. I mean, one more, what's with that show where they carve knives and they cut meat and they kill each other? What is that kind of shit? I mean, that's entertainment. Who gives a fuck about you carving a knife and it's sharp? I mean, I want to see. Oh, this sounds like fun, Jason.
It's a very campy thing, and
I love that.
And in Jason's scene, Jason's got a scene where Hurricane Bianca and Rachel Dratch, they come in to wherever he is, because I don't know what it is. I guess they're in Russia or whatever, and they come in and they're prostitutes, and they come in to cure the fags.
Yes. What happens is Rachel, her character drags Bianca to Russia because she's got something to settle with her from the first movie, and they come to this prison where then I have to bring them to the fags so they can cure them, and if they do so, I'll pay them a potato each.
Oh my God, this film is deranged.
It's deranged.
My kind of film, totally deranged. What was? I missed the first one. Why didn't you?
It's called Hurricane Bianca.
Why didn't you let me?
She's not in that one. You weren't in the first one, were you?
No, I was just in the second.
Oh, all right, that's a good reason.
So we're gonna watch that, everybody. But we've got
tonight. We're definitely.
We have the trailer,
watching.
so I want everybody to see the trailer. Chad, do you have the trailer?
I do have the trailer.
All right, Jason, just do some kind of thing saying, hey, this is the trailer for Hurricane Bianca, whatever, and we're going to play it for everybody real quick.
Yeah, this is Hurricane Bianca from Russia with Hate. Enjoy.
One more night terror for the road, I guess. Now get up. Time for your release.
You need more Bianca in your life.
Bianca is upstairs in the closet where she belongs.
Mama, we are broke. These little schemes of yours just make things worse.
Is this what you want? A world where freaks and homosexuals get to do whatever they desire?
Look at what you've become. An elderly woman living alone on a fixed income.
Vladimir Putin has assigned a new prime minister of homosexual propaganda.
Yikes, she looks like fun at a party.
I sent her a letter saying she won this teaching award, only she has to go to Russia to get it.
Das Vidanya, Texas. Bianca Del Rio's going to Russia.
I need you to go in there and come back out with a full report. If we're lucky, police will round up the whole fruit basket.
Welcome to Club Katya. I am your hostess, Katya. I arrest you.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Oh no! Secret police!
Hey!
I'm going to temporarily ignore your psychotic blend of down-home homophobia and lack of Southern charm. Considering we both have two people that we care about in prison, I think it's best that we work together to get them out.
I'm Vicky Leaks. I run this joint.
You would do that?
Yes, I would do that. And I hate you. I'm sorry. Hate is a strong word. What I meant to say was, I really hate you.
Make this clear, a real man, or you both die in Siberia.
Maybe Siberia's not so bad.
Degenerate homosexuals are escaping! Let's get them!
Oh no, it's mating season!
We're totally like Charlie's Angels right now.
Yeah, hey, you're Bosley.
Hey, that looks good. There you go, Jimbo.
So, everybody, that's it from Russia with Hate. Hurricane Bianca. It's on Netflix. Are you sure it's Netflix, right? It's on Netflix now?
It's on pretty much anywhere you can stream it online. Just Google it and you'll find it. It's all over the place.
And Eileen just said that everybody says it looks very funny. Eileen says she wants to interview you for the movie because she's doing promotions.
Yeah, hang on a minute,
promotions
Jimmy.
for the movie.
You have a nose hair that's driving me crazy.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm looking at it.
And oh my goodness.
Wait, I'm trying to pull it out.
Oh, he's doing that on TV.
I don't care. I look at your profile and you got this long, it's almost like a fall, coming a wiggle.
I'll sniff it in. So everybody, this is first of all, you guys, a lot of the people on the soundtrack for this film have been guests on the show. Spectrum Music Group put the soundtrack out. So a lot of the musical guests, you guys will actually know. You'll have heard their music before on the show. The soundtrack, I don't know if it's available yet on iTunes, but it will be. But I guess the movie is available, and everybody should check it out. And everybody wants to see Jason in it. Plus, anybody who likes Hurricane Bianca, like she's really like one of the biggest drag queens in the world.
I know she's great. She's really talented, very, very talented.
Yeah, well, I have an announcement to make. Somebody put in my private message thing. I don't know why they could have put it on my Facebook. What a lovely compliment. That our show now is going to a nursing home. Okay? Out somewhere, I don't know where, out in middle America.
It goes everywhere.
And I thought, a nursing home. So I wrote back to this guy. I said, are you serious? And then he wrote back, I said, about my language. And he said, Ron, they love it. Every time you say a curse word, they pee themselves in their wheelchairs. And I thought, what a sight is that? But anyway, to everyone out there in the nursing home that's watching us, I send you my love, and don't pee yourself. You know, it's a mess, and you got to take the Pampers off. You got to take a shower. You know what you do? You get a cork, women, and up there. And men, put on a condom. This way you fill it like a balloon, and you don't have to pee yourself. But anyway, thank you all for watching us. And I hope, and here, this is for all of you. Fuck. If you can, do. If you can't fuck, don't.
That's hilarious. So hold on. So also, you guys, listen. Okay, so Jason's been doing a whole bunch of things. His IMDb has upcoming projects, and if you guys remember, several years ago we had Robert Davi on, who played in. He was a bad guy in James Bond. He was in Die Hard. He was in Goonies as the bad guy, and he sings Frank Sinatra. And you're gonna be. You have a role in a film with him that you just shot this week. Tell everybody whatever you're allowed to tell.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a show about Mott Haven, which is an area in the Bronx. We actually shot it right there too, and it's a biker thing, a mafia thing. I play a heavy. I can never play the nice guy who owns a florist shop or something like that. I was gonna play the guy who's about to kill somebody or going to kill somebody or going to get killed, or you know what I mean. I'm a nice guy. I never get the nice guy.
You could never play a hairdresser.
Why not? Because I have no hair?
No, because you're not feminine enough. You're too big and too manly. If you were a hairdresser, the shop would never make any money because all the gay operators would be hitting on you constantly all day long, and there'd be no work done. I was a hairdresser. I know what I'm talking about. If he worked in my shop, forget it. Forget it.
I can button up a little bit.
We have to get you out of like that stereotype, but it's kind of hard to do when you're like all muscular. And how tall are you? Like 6'4", 6'5"?
6'6". Aren't you 6'6"?
No, I'm 6'2".
Oh, he's only 6'2", you guys.
You're only 2 inches taller than I am.
Yeah, I'm 6'2".
So how come next year?
That's my real height. You see, I could have said I'm 6'4", like everybody else does, and they're actually only 6'1", but then it doesn't work. But I'm actually 6'2".
Next year,
and you'll never get to be in a Sylvester Stallone movie either because he's like 5'2" and he doesn't like people to look bigger than him.
unless they put him on stilts.
Yeah, or on cans or something.
I'm 6 foot, and next to you I feel like a petite little man.
That's just because you're not like all muscular like he is.
That's not nice. I'm muscular.
Not muscular like that. He had a special. I was on NBC or something.
Okay, Jason, do me a favor. Roll up your sleeve. Make a muscle. I show you I have the same muscle you have. Look at that muscle. Look at that muscle. Quick. Before it deflates. Quick.
Look at that. Everybody, there you go.
Look at my muscles bigger.
You better squeeze a lot harder. Here, let me help push it up.
Hey, Ron, I think I have your leg up here on my shoulder.
You do.
That is hilarious.
That was very mean, Jason.
So you guys, too, some of the other things you've seen Jason in, just to give a plug to some of the shows he's been in.
He's always killing people.
Allegiance, Gotham, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Daredevil, Imperium, Small Cries. And I didn't know you were on Limitless. I think that was like one of the greatest shows ever, and I don't know why it didn't really make it. Because I thought that show Limitless was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good show. Had a good time on it. Look, people just didn't watch it, I guess.
I don't know why that. It's all the shows that I like a lot get canceled.
You know what I want to see him in desperately? So this way I could get to meet the other Jason.
Who's the other Jason?
Gorgeous Jason.
Oh, he wants you to like act in something against Jason Statham. He's got this thing for Jason Statham.
I got a crush on Jason
Statham. He'll never work. He'll never work with me.
Why not?
What happened?
He's another little guy.
Bald. We're both. It's like I would never work with. Some of the guys that are anybody who looks like you is not. You're not going to work with them if you make them look small. If you make them look, not like the lead.
Darling, listen. I throw on a pair of 5-inch spike heels. I'm taller than you are. So,
Yeah, but you're still, not going to look as wide as me.
I could pad shoulders like Joan Crawford. Or I could borrow Eileen's bra and stuff it. And then I'd look way bigger than you.
You know what you would look good in, though? Even though I guess you're both bald. But that would be cool if they brought you into the Fast and Furious series.
That's what I'm saying.
As the bad guy. Like as one of the bad guys against Vin Diesel and against all of them.
And Jason.
Like, that would be a good one.
Go ahead, man. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Well, this way
I would love that.
You can have lunch with Jason, the other Jason, and invite me, and I can meet Jason.
He just really wants to meet Jason.
Not that he's interested in me because he's married to a gorgeous young model. What would he want with an old queen? But anyway, you never know.
Ron doesn't have that many people that he's like thinks are like super hot. So like he really likes, and he doesn't even like those like really violent movies, but he will watch it if it's a Jason Statham movie just because he likes Jason Statham.
No, actually,
so much.
I like the what is it called? Those movies?
Fast and the Furious.
The Fast and the Furious movies are really very good because they're really not bloody like most. They're more exciting. They're car chases and adventureful, and I love when Jason is spinning around, kicking everybody's faces in. So you know. It's the gory trash films, the films that are directed horribly, photographed horribly, dialogue is horrible, and all they do is show blood coming out of tubes from the neck, you know, squirting. I think that's cheesy. That's like comedians that curse a lot because that gets the laugh.
Do you know martial arts? Can you do that martial arts stuff in a film if you have to?
Yeah, yeah. I did some jiu-jitsu. I did some taekwondo.
He's a physical therapist, not therapy.
He's not a physical therapist.
What are you?
No, he's a trainer.
Well, it's the same thing. Physical, somebody.
Yeah, it's a physical.
But it's a trainer. It's not a therapist. But I do some therapy though with my clients.
There you go.
I have no choice.
Wait. This is a good segue. We're going to come back and talk about movies more in a minute, but let's go. Because, like, listen up, you guys. This is a really cool thing. So Jason is now a children's author. He's got a book. It's coming out in November. Is that right?
Yep, November.
Okay, and there's 3 of them, right? But only one's coming out first.
One in November, and then hopefully after the New Year, the rest.
Okay, so this is a really cool thing for everybody, and everybody who has kids, you really should get these books for their kids. And it's called Captain Pump, the world's first fitness superhero, and Jason's Captain Pump.
No kidding.
And it's really to help tell everybody what it is, to help promote like health and well-being in children so they don't all grow up and be sick and terrible.
Yeah, it's the Adventures of Captain Pump, and it's the story of an unlikely hero who is the janitor of a school who ends up helping kids become fit and healthy and socially tolerant and acceptant of those around them, and fantastic storyline that helps kids in the real world and also in this fictitious world where Captain Pump lives. So it's really a fantastic idea to help kids.
We need more people like you to let the word be that we must help our children to be healthy mentally and physically and teach them that violence is not the way to go. Shooting a gun is not safe and it's not fun.
What about eating? That's what it's about.
Eating like a pig and becoming a horse is not healthy. Mentally, sexually, or any other way. Because when you're a fat slob and you become a teenager, no girls want you. So therefore, you masturbate too much and you go mentally ill or blind.
Actually, in the chat room, they're saying they need
Not really.
In the chat room, they're saying they need the book for B. Claudia says she needs it for her nephew and figures that Goddess wants to know if you have kids.
No, I don't, but I work with kids all the time.
He may have a few around, but you don't know them. Now listen, he's single. He's single, girls.
Well, we don't know that. Are you single? Are you single?
Not right now, no.
No, he's not single
You're not
right
back
now.
with you know who, because she's on my Facebook.
He's got a new one.
A
okay.
new one? Oh, because
is she an actress?
Wait, the ex is on my Facebook page. We're still good friends.
Is she? Wait.
I mean, we're still friends as well, but
I feel sorry.
So is your
who's the new one? Am I gonna like her? Because I love the old one. The old one's a favorite.
I mean, if I like her, you'll like her, right?
Yeah. Well, I like the old one. She's a sweetie pie.
She's a very nice girl.
I liked her, but the new one might be. Is she a bitch?
No, I would never be with a bitch.
No. Is she beautiful?
Of course.
Oh, I bet she's.
Does she have the body of death?
Always.
Then she's like me.
And is she in the entertainment industry? I bet not.
No.
That's probably smart to like have.
Is she Canadian or American?
She's American.
Oh, from
good for you. Way to go.
Wait, shut up. I'm getting dirt. From New York?
That's all you're getting, buddy.
No, is she from New York?
She's from the tri-state area.
Brooklyn, maybe, like me?
No, tri-state area. You said
tri-state.
Well, tri-state area. Oh, tri-state. Oh, she's probably from Jersey.
Wait, Jersey, New York. What's the third state
Jersey
there?
Goyle.
What's the third state in tri-state?
Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York.
Okay.
She's probably a Jersey Goyle.
Isn't it Connecticut?
Oh,
No,
yeah, I think
that's
it's
not,
Connecticut.
That's not tri-state.
Oh, I have no idea.
Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York was tri-state.
Hang on. B. Claudia, the book's not out yet. It's up for pre-order on Amazon. You can plug in Jasson Finney, but when you spell Jason, it's got 2 S's, so it's Jasson Finney, Finney, and it's the Adventures of Captain Pump, the world's first fitness superhero. It's a beautiful looking book. I've seen lots of pictures. They're fabulous. And she's saying that it would be good for her learning center and her school too. So that's where you need to start promoting that thing, dude.
Okay, Jason, when you have a copy, please send it to me. And I promise that every week for a minute or two, I will show the book and tell people to buy it, because this is a book that we need so desperately now with what's going on with young people. Also with the gay guys that are gay kids that are being kicked out of their homes because they're gay. Right. That's why my cause is to build in Palm Springs this wonderful housing place to take in the young people who have been kicked out of their homes. Don't kill yourself. That's not the answer. Come to the home. There are people there you can talk to who will help you to understand that being gay, you're not the only one. We are in the millions and millions and millions. And those of us who are out, what about all the millions and millions and millions that are married in closet cases, okay? So we are in the trillions, trillions, trillions.
Okay, I don't know how that exactly fit.
What doesn't fit?
The whole thing about the book, because the book isn't, well, it
no,
can
the
be
book
for
is
that.
The book is about self-esteem. It's about kids feeling good about themselves. When you're young and you're hot looking with a gorgeous body, the girls come on to you, the guys come on to you. You know, that's
actually Goddess is coming on to him right now saying she could be single.
Yeah, well,
and Eileen wants the book.
You know, Goddess.
Oh, and B. Claudia says she works with disabled kids also.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Listen, she's the best. B. Claudia's like the coolest lady on the planet.
I, growing up, have known heavy-set kids and thin kids. The thin, I can't speak today. The thin kids all had the most beautiful girls in high school. I was a thin kid. I went steady 32 times in 1 year. No lie. I'd meet them, break off with them, meet them, break off with them. I was confused. But anyway, the heavy-set kids, they always tended to stay home and watch American Bandstand on television. I was on American Bandstand. There you go. Okay? That's the difference.
Now, hang on.
Getting back to the kids and the homelessness and that kind of thing, I was looking for someone to redo the website because I have a really cool interactive website that is going to help the kids be able to learn and play a game at the same time while they're going through the website and becoming fit and healthy through understanding different elements that will help them with their confidence, with their self-esteem, with their entire well-being, basically. So I was watching a news report not too long ago, about a month and a half ago, and they featured this one kid from Long Island who was homeless when he was a teenager. And he ended up going to this home somewhere on Long Island that took in these guys specifically for a certain amount of time while they would get back on their feet. And he today is doing fantastic. And he is a web designer, and he's also a guy who creates games. So I reached out to him, I contacted him, I said, you know what, I'm working on this project, and I think you'd be absolutely perfect to work on this project with me. I'm looking for someone that has your talent, but I'm also looking for someone that understands the cause and the reason behind, you know, we're doing this. Why are we doing this? Is to help the kids, and kids need help, you know. They don't They don't have a role model. They don't have a Captain Kangaroo or, you know, Mr. Rogers like we had growing up. So I'm trying to bring something positive into their lives that they can look at, and if they feel down, they know that Captain Pump will, you know, pick them up. And if they're not feeling confident about themselves, they can come to Pumpland and feel good about themselves because everybody is accepted there. Everybody is welcome, and everybody's made to feel happy and healthy.
I love it. It's a great idea. It's a great concept. It'll make great action figures and lunch boxes and all kinds of cool things. Right. You know, once the whole thing takes off.
But you should write in your next book, do me a favor, where Captain Pump deals with the gay boy in the school. Mm-hmm. And then you tell all the other children that bullying a gay person,
any person really,
mostly gay people, because when you bully each other on the same level as heterosexuality, the bullying is more or less cheesy. But when you call a young man a fudge packer, a fag, a queer, nobody likes you, you act like a girl, you should die, faggot, queer, come suck my cock, all that fucking shit that you have to hear growing up as I did, it can bend your brain. But I was lucky because I was pretty, tall, thin, and I dated a soap opera star. So my attitude was, fuck all of you. Look who I am, and look at you, you pieces of fat shit. And I went on to becoming who I am today.
Hang on, let's go back though. Hold on, I want to go back because first of all, you don't eat anything unhealthy, right?
Well, once in a while, of course. I mean, you know what? You have to have a little bit of whatever you want now and then. I'll eat pizza. I'll have some fries. I'll have a burger. Sure, absolutely. But
or a little poutine.
My main diet, my staple is, fresh as it can be, and I cook. And I think that the most important thing is to try and stay out of restaurants because that's where you get the hidden salts and the fat.
Yay for you.
Diarrheaville.
Every restaurant is Diarrheaville today. All my friends are suffering from diarrhea. They don't know why. This is the truth. My friend on Long Island, I won't give her name.
Terry?
But don't give her name. And she said she's suffering from diarrhea. That's all they do is eat out.
Yeah. And when you start eating at home, you realize just how much salt you're taking in. And
salt? How about how much roach spray? Or if a dead rat falls in the minestrone soup, they pull the rat out, like in one restaurant in Florida I know that a friend of mine worked in. Mm-hmm. They found a rodent dead floating in the goddamn minestrone. And they took the rat out and served it to the people.
Hang on one second. Is your website, it's not completed yet, or it is completed?
It's not yet completed. We're actually in the middle of redoing it. I had a completed one, but it was unfortunately done in Flash a while ago, so it's kind of outdated.
Yes. So, okay. What will the website be? Because people are asking me, what's the website like? So what will it be once it's completed?
It'll be CaptainPump.com.
There you go, CaptainPump.com, everybody, to check it out. And one thing I wanted to bring up about the food thing, and I don't know, because I haven't read the Captain Pump books and everything, but I know I like fast food. And I know it's not good for me, and I eat a lot less of it now than I used to. But if you were to go to McDonald's or Burger King, they automatically supersize everything and make it as big as they can be, and the portions are so huge and so unhealthy. And unfortunately, a lot of kids, that's all they really get to eat, and that's why they're heavy and they don't exercise and they eat all that food that's really, really bad for them. And hopefully, you'll as you're moving along with the whole thing, you'll find ways to address that, because I think that's one of the worst problems in America today.
You can't address it with the kids. You have to address it with the parents. And unfortunately, and this is a fact, most white people, I'm not even going to use color, because everybody thinks that Hispanics and blacks are on welfare. That's bullshit. More white people are on welfare than the others. Women don't want to cook. A lot of them are drug addicts or drunkards or just lazy pigs. And they say to their kid, they take the welfare money from the welfare check and they say, go to McDonald's. And this is a fact, and I can tell you it's a fact because of a relative of mine who is a drug counselor, a big famous one, and tells me these stories that's what happens. And these young kids take the mother's welfare check and they go and they eat McDonald's or Burger Queen or the other ones, whatever they are. Burger King.
The food is terrible for you, though, and they supersize everything. They make it really, really big. And I think that if kids,
you're there
no, wait a second. I know, but I'm not a kid. I'm saying because this book is for kids. I think if kids though had an iconic person that they could look up to, and that person was saying, hey, why don't eat that cheeseburger with all that crap on it? Why don't we have whatever's healthy to eat? I don't even know because I don't eat that healthy. But if you were to come out and say, hey,
we eat healthy in this house.
I know we do. You're finishing my point.
No,
Are you getting the point? Like Captain Pump can be someone for kids to look up to and say, hey, if you want to live a long life and be healthy, these are the kind of things you should be eating, and these are the kind of things you should be doing.
Reading this book.
I am going to read it as soon as it comes out.
And learn.
Let him go. Let him say.
What I've done is at the end of every book, I summarize everything, and Captain Pump talks to the kids directly as if they're just finished reading the book together, and it's like, my God, can you imagine what just happened? And through that, there's a dialogue that happens with Captain Pump directly to the kids. Then there's a whole section where I then offer fitness tips. I have something called the Captain's Cupboard, where we get in there and we talk about nutrition, and I give them tips. So every book, they get more tips. So if by the end of 4, 5, 6, they have a full program that they can all of a sudden, implement by themselves and check in with us at the website, check in on the books, and now we've become partners in becoming fit and healthy together. Because
I love it.
Often says, now we're partners in this. You're going to become a pumpster, which is what we want people to become. We want the kids to be pumpsters, mini Captain Pumps.
That's your gang.
That's
the
your
gang. Posse, the Pumpsters. I love it.
I was very lucky growing up because my grandmother from Italy lived with us all her life until she died. My grandmother never opened a can, never bought any crap from the supermarket. She used to walk every day up to Steinway, Broadway in Astoria and go to the vegetable man, the fish man. I remember going to the chicken store with her and crying because they got a live chicken, chopped the head off, and then with a machine tore the feathers out, and I was devastated by that.
Yeah.
Of course, they're a little animal. That's why I don't eat animal food much. But anyway.
Actually, hold on, because B. Claudia in Germany said she just pre-ordered the book.
Yes.
On Amazon. She also said that because she works with disabled kids, and she said that she actually has written a book also where she invented a world filled with little animals helping kids to learn to overcome dyslexia. She's like one of the biggest give back to the world people you will ever meet. So you guys are like perfect for to know each other. I think it's really cool. So congratulations, B, and thanks for buying Jasson's book. It'll be coming out in November, and you're going to be seeing the thing all over the place, I'm sure, because it's such a cool concept.
I love this book. I think it's a wonderful
I'll be doing a big book fair in Miami in November, right after we release.
Bring it out here. Come to Colorado.
Absolutely. The big book fair there doesn't happen until April, so it's just going to basically I just missed it, so I have to wait till next April for the big book fair. But we'll be up there.
You'll come here, but no, it's a wonderful thing you're doing. It really is. It's about time. Well, there are a few books out there that deal with this issue.
She also says she wants to work with the book, and she wants to have a big captain. I guess you could do a cutout standing in the windows. You need to be making captain cutouts soon, eventually, once this thing kicks off, that people can stand it up, and that way they can see the captain while they're doing their. I love that
stuff. Just make sure they spell it correctly. P-U-M-P, not H-U-M-P.
It's really cool. It's cool because we have Ingram who's going to be distributing it. And they're the biggest distributor in the States. And one of the concepts is to make big cutouts and have books inside of a pocket instead of having them on a shelf. So on the cutout itself, you have the books in the pocket that Captain Pump will have on his belt, for example.
Yeah, I love that.
It's true.
Instead of getting lost on a shelf, all of a sudden you have this wonderful cutout, and the kids will be drawn to it, and the books will be right there.
Well, if you come to Palm Springs, you should do blow-up dolls of yourself.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
They will sell, and then we'll call them Captain Hump dolls. Believe me, they will sell in Palm Springs.
Ron's always thinking about the business side. Huh?
Yeah, I know, always thinking about the business side.
I mean, I don't know any queen out here that wouldn't buy a pump-up doll of you. I mean, that's for sure.
They said you should go to the Frankfurt Book Fair. You should go next year to the Frankfurt Book Fair.
You should go all over the world and promote this book because it's...
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm actually looking right now for funding for this because I had to fund this book by myself, and which was a great thing because, it was a labor of love. And unfortunately, I lost my mom a couple of years ago. In fact, in 4 days, it'll be 2 years. And,
I remember that.
Yeah. And I used that time after she passed to write these books. And it was kind of my way of dealing with it and escaping. And, it's something that's very dear to me, this whole project of helping kids and making sure that, we can make a difference for them. And my mom was, she knew about this project because I started the project years and years ago. I mean, I had initially some interest in Canada for a TV show.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It would make a great animated series.
Right. So, when I first came up with the concept, we had some interest initially. And then unfortunately, with the fall of 2008 and, everything going to shit, nothing worked out, and then there was a freeze on all kinds of productions, and that was the end of that. But the concept's always been there, and the idea of having this turn into a TV show has always been there. So it would be an homage to my mom to actually get it going. And in each book, I have one character that comes around, and it basically represents my mom. So
that's so sweet.
Anyway, you know what? If the book is a success, it'll be a TV show. They base everything on, whatever's happened already. Nobody wants to break their neck and take a chance on something like this. But once they see how successful it is and how people are so in agreement with it, that they will do a TV show. It's no big deal. Look at our good friend.
DreamWorks should do it.
You know, did you read Facebook this morning?
No, I don't.
Cardoshula? Whatever the hell her name
I
is.
know. She's with Hot Rock TV.
She's with Hot Rock TV. Our good friend who we love to death, Magic Lady. She's a psychic. Cardoshula.
Oh, she's the medium that we wanted you to go on the witch hunt, with the ghost hunt with us from.
Well, she's doing all sorts of fabulous stuff. And it has to do with a lot of helping people.
Everybody, though, in the chat room thinks that the project is fantastic and they love it.
I think so.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that.
I don't know why somebody hasn't thought of it way before you. I mean, it's such an easy play. It's such an easy thing. Let's help the kids. Remember one thing.
Last year when I was on the show, your show, we spoke about it, but I couldn't say too much about it because we hadn't yet really inked anything. And it wasn't ready, to go. Now we're in production. Everything's ready to go. And, I can tell you a lot more about it,
Right. So am I going to meet the girlfriend when I come to New York? Or you come to L.A.?
Yeah, when you come to New York or I come down there. You know what? Let's get another ghost story thing going on. That'd be awesome. Another ghost hunter.
Yeah, we have to figure that one out.
Well, we have, she wants to do one desperately. She keeps telling me. Kadrolsha. I hate that name. I got to rename her. Anyway,
Queen of the Paranormal.
Yeah, and she wants Eileen Big Tits to be in it also, and all of us, the old crew. Because Eileen's hysterical. You had to see her climbing over the fence with those bazooms at the crazy house that was out of business. It was an old, dilapidated mental institution.
Yeah.
And we had to go over like an 8-foot cyclone fence, and Eileen got to the top, and of course they went first, and then she was on one side of the fence and her bazooms were on the other side.
Yeah, she got stuck.
Well, we were crying from laughter. It was, when she's yelling out, my tits are caught, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I just stopped.
For real? She got caught?
For real, they got caught. Well, those things are so big. What are you going to do with them? They're always in the way.
And you're like 6 feet up in the air, like trying to climb up. Because, it's not like we went into places that you're allowed to go. They were all like condemned psychiatric institutions and stuff that you're not allowed to be in. So we're sneaking in and climbing through windows and all kinds of stuff. We had a blast.
When Eileen is coming to meet you and she turns a corner, they come first. Then Eileen follows them.
I see.
Our first one got 259,000 plays. Our second one is only like 15 minutes long. And that was the one you were going to go on. And we had such a good time, but it was raining and Kadrolsha got car sick in the car.
What a night.
And we were like driving around in New York. And then all of a sudden, near the end of it, we saw this like ghost thing coming, but we were with Aaron Paul, the singer. And he literally, like, he had his grinder went off while we were doing it. I don't know if you know what Grindr is, but Grindr's like, there's a straight person version too, but it's basically like a hookup app on your phone. And so his hookup app went off. We were in the middle of a deserted mental institution, and his Grindr went off. If that tells you something, like, because it only reaches like a little bit away. So somebody in the
and this thing that was coming forward, I saw it, and I'm not believer of many things, but it was a person. It looked like a woman in a white or grayish something was running alongside our car the opposite way. Our headlights hit it and it ran, and I did see that. So who knows?
Everybody in the chat room said they watched it and they had a lot of fun. And just so you know,
did you see Eileen hanging from the fence by her bra?
And Goddess says that whenever you become single, she's ready to mingle.
You ready for her? This Goddess don't quit. This Goddess. Did you ever see Goddess? The ultimate.
She's on Facebook. You have to see her.
Ultimate
She's
piece
fabulous.
of ass.
She's fabulous.
The ultimate piece of ass with a body of death and a pair of lips that.
She lives in Florida, though.
That you would love to, have those lips around. But she is
Don't be a pig.
She's a pig too. She is
what?
Our goddess. She is the sexiest thing in the world. We love her.
She's sweet.
And she's young. She's young too. What a body. She got some ass too. Nice legs, everything.
So let's recuperate because we only got like 5 minutes left. Okay, first of all, here's one. Okay, we'll do a recap on the book for everybody in a minute. Let's go back to Hollywood a little bit. So you could be in any movie that you want to be in, or you could act opposite whoever you want to work with. Who is a male and a female that you think that'd be cool to work opposite? And you can't pick Ron.
I would do Fast and Furious. I would totally do that as a villain coming there. 100%.
I think you'd be really good at that too. That's a good one for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd enjoy doing that.
Jason Statham has a new movie coming out called Meg, and it's about this like like super like ancient like shark. I have a hard time thinking. I mean, obviously they made a really big budget if he's in it, but like he's got a new movie about this super huge killer shark that's like a dinosaur shark or whatever. I can't wait till it comes out.
Are they doing a red carpet? Because if they are, I want to put in. I want to interview him on the red carpet as I make out with him.
Oh.
So if you could have like let's say you were gonna be in a do you ever watch any romantic movies?
Yeah, of course.
Like if you could be in a romantic movie, who would you like your lead to be? And it can't be your girlfriend because that doesn't count. Like, so this is all fantasy, so she won't get upset.
Girlfriend's not an actress.
I know. So it's like if you could, who's a woman in Hollywood that you think I was going to make a romantic film? I would like to be like in a film.
Johansson.
Really?
That's amazing.
Why does everybody like her? I don't like her at all.
I don't dislike her, but I don't think. I mean, I would have picked Angelina Jolie, the gorgeous thing in the world.
I'd pick Charlize Theron.
Or Charlize. I mean, those are two
Charlize is great too.
Yeah, Charlize.
You wouldn't want to work with Angelina?
You'd be good in an Avengers movie too, though. Like I could see you in an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I could see him in anything. I could see him in Father of the Bride. And God.
Or if they remake Superman, you could play Lex Luthor because he's bald.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be a good one for you.
You know, there is hair. He doesn't have to.
No,
be
they have
bald.
that TV show Krypton. I know, but like he should be on that TV show Krypton, and he could play like the bad guy.
I mean, he could have,
I just think it'd be fun to see you not as a bad guy in something like.
What do you look like with hair? Better or less?
Actually, you know what? I prefer myself without hair.
Because you shave your head. I know that. Do you shave the other ones?
I also have a big bald spot in the back, so
Now you shave your head. You shave the other ones too?
What?
My God.
My goodness. He's always probing. He's a prober.
That's why the show's a success.
He loves to be probed too.
Stop.
Oh wait, I think I have something in my head. Wait a minute.
I think I'm going to make a character in the next Captain Pump book right about you.
There you go. Make him like a dirty perv.
I think I'm pulling a bug out of my head.
I'll call him the probe.
Yeah, the probe. The
probe.
So you guys listen up.
Wait, listen. I ask the questions that everybody wants to know. Because, seriously, it's a boring thing when you do those friggin' interviews like everybody does on television. What film, what this, who cares? We want to hear about you.
Actually,
what you like to eat.
In the chat room when you guys were doing your arm thing, Eileen, Goddess, and like 4 other people were saying like, oh, that's not the pump we want to see.
Our audience is filthy.
Yeah, we do have a disgusting, wonderful audience.
Everybody, listen, today, it's not like 30 years ago where you can't say hell, everybody was in shock. Today, we are open and fun and friendly and so big. If you shave your balls, who cares? But, I mean, it's no big deal.
Just saying, what a wonderful guest, though. They love him. You're so funny.
You know what it is? Jason's my friend. If he wasn't my friend, I wouldn't take such liberties. But he's my friend, and he's hung like a mule. So what's the big deal?
So
let
listen
them
up,
really
you guys.
suffer, Jason. Let them really suffer.
All right, so you guys listen up. First of all, Jason, we got to get you on Twitter again because like that's a good way to promote this book. So you need to get yourself on Twitter. So you guys, eventually, he's going to get on Twitter, and you can follow him. He's at Jasson Finney, but Jason is with 2 S's. So it's JASSONFINNEY.
Who is a real person, by the way, folks.
Yes.
This is a guy that if you met, you would love. He's just a regular Joe and a good buddy.
Yeah, they're saying all that already in the chat room, too.
He's a sweetie.
Do you have like a Facebook fan page set up for you or anything?
Yeah. My actor page is on Facebook, Jasson Finney.
All right, you guys. So look him up on Facebook. B. Claudia wants to talk to you. So be like look him up on Facebook, and that way you can like reach out to him on Facebook or on Twitter. But he doesn't check his Twitter very often. I know because he doesn't tweet.
Is the girlfriend a blonde?
I'll have to start checking that. I know.
Start checking that.
Wait, is the girlfriend a blonde?
No.
Or brunette? You like those brunettes, huh? I would have figured you would like go with a blonde.
No, my ex was a blonde.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
She wasn't that blonde.
She was.
Of course she was. Blonde as blonde gets.
Was she? I'm losing my mind.
Check your Facebook.
I see her. I talk with her practically every other day, and I thought she had brunette.
We have a picture taken when you were here.
Yeah, you have pictures of her.
I know, but I think I'm losing my mind. See?
That's hilarious. Hold on, let's go. So you guys listen. You can get Jason on Twitter. You can like him on his Facebook page. You watch all his films. Check out Hurricane Bianca from Russia with Hate. It's on all the different digital download sites. I'm sure that you can get it. So you can stream it. And go to Amazon and reserve your copy of The Adventures of Captain Pump, the world's first fitness superhero. There's going to be several books coming out and all kinds of cool stuff. And when the book comes out, we'll have him come back where everybody can see it. And And we want everybody to get it and get behind it and help promote it any way you can, because we want this book to take off big time.
And I can't wait to see you again and get a big hug and meet the new girlfriend. I have to really let you know. Well, I'll let you know what I think.
Here, right?
Yeah,
if we do, we'll let you know.
Yeah, and if I don't like her, I suggest you dump her. You know, I'm going to be the judge. I'm going to see how she treats you, if she's sweet and nice, if she's loving, if she's affectionate, if she cooks, cleans, and is great.
Goddess said you've had too much wine.
No, I didn't have any wine, Goddess. You're just jealous, Goddess. You're just jealous because I get a hug and you're not.
You never know. All right, Jason, thank you so much. Good luck with it all. Keep us posted with everything that's going on. Good luck with all the different film stuff. I think we're going to figure out a way to start some kind of Twitter campaign to get you in either the Marvel or the DC universe or the Fast and Furious universe. Those are my three favorites.
Fast and Furious.
You know, it's funny. I actually have a Marvel wiki page because I'm one of the few that actually has done DC and Marvel, because I did Gotham and I've done Daredevil.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, you're a great guy. You should have the greatest of everything in your life. Not only bad people get good, as in our government. Yeah, but, you know, wealth should go to good people, not bad people.
Absolutely. So we wish you all the luck with it.
Fame and wealth.
We'll be in touch with you. If you need anything, you let us know. We want to thank you for coming on the show. And everybody say goodbye to Captain Pump. Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much. Great seeing you.
You
too, Jason.
Thanks for the visit, Jason.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, sweetie.
Wasn't that cool, you guys?
What
you
a
gotta
nice
love
guy.
it.
We have so many wonderful friends that we don't see enough of. And Jason's one of them. He's just a great guy.
That sounds like a dog. That's not our dog, though, right? Because she doesn't sound like that.
That is our dog.
No, what? How'd she get outside? How would she get outside?
Somebody let her out.
Song break.
Well, was she out all day?
Yeah, no, she's not out. She was inside when I came in here. She was inside sitting by the door looking for us. Anyway, you guys, I'll look while we're playing a song.
Maybe it's a ghost dog.
So listen up, you guys. Tom Proctor and the A-Listers. Great country band, Tom Proctor. You guys know him from 12 Years a Slave, Guardians of the Galaxy. The A-Listers are a group of great musicians that have played with like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill and all kinds of cool people. They got a new song. It's their first single. It's called In Hollywood. He's having an album release party at the end of June in L.A. And when I get all the details, anybody who's around and wants to come can definitely come. But we're going to play this song real quick. Let all you guys listen to it. I think you're going to enjoy it. So here you go. You got it, Chad?
I got it.
Here's Tom Proctor and the A-Listers. The name of the song is In Hollywood. Enjoy.
Little girl here in Hollywood, you sure are looking good. Oh, tell me, have you ever seen the
Jimbo. There you go.
All right, everybody. So that was Tom Proctor and the A-Listers, and the name of the song is In Hollywood. The single's available now. The whole Tom Proctor and the A-Listers album is coming out on June 14th, I think, and then on June 24th, I think they're doing an album release party. But when I get the information, I'll let everybody know. But you gotta love it. He's just the coolest guy ever. Eileen and I love working with him. He's super cool, and so you gotta love it. What's the weather like in Florida, Chad?
I told you before we started the show. He had like some bam, lightning,
big thunder.
You know.
So is it raining too, or is it just lightning and thundering?
I haven't been outside the studio, but I heard it out there. I saw the lights go out for a second, come back on. I could hear the rain hitting the roof. But it's your typical summer here in South Florida. Once 3:30 hits, for some reason it just fires up.
Isn't that funny?
It's weird.
We don't have it at all. I mean, we were 112 the other day, and we were we put these pieces of fence in the ground to block us from the wind because the winds are so bad here.
Really?
So we can sit outside and eat, and it's got the blockades from it.
Block
Hang on,
the
here comes
sand.
Ron, though. Yeah, so we put that in, but it was 112 degrees, so it's pretty hot.
Dang.
Was the dog outside?
It was.
Get outside. That's funny.
That was Shazam. He was outside, and it's hot. So I just let him in, and I gave him nice water. And he's smiling and happy. Shazam is the big killer dog.
How did he get out there? More like you left him out there probably, right?
Andy is the sweet little
I don't know
girl.
how they get out because Brandy wasn't out there when I was out there.
No, it was our fault. Shazam was out on the lounge.
Oh, he likes to sleep out. He likes to lay out in the sun on the chaise lounge.
On the chaise lounge.
Likes the heat, huh?
I forgot. My fault. But you do not leave your dogs out in 105 weather.
True.
Everyone out there listening. And also, do not let them walk on the concrete.
Yeah, because it's too hot for their
the skin
pads.
off the pads of their feet.
Burn them, yeah.
You gotta love them. They love it here, though. They enjoy it because they get to go out in the morning. They get to go out for a pretty long time, and at night they get to go out for a pretty long time. Because in the morning and at the night it's cool enough that it's not too hot, and they get to run around. And we didn't get to do that in Pennsylvania because we didn't have a fenced-in area that they could go to. So we always had to have them on a leash. So they love that they get to run and roam free.
Now, see how boring the show was
When
when
they're
I wasn't
outside.
here? I'm
It's
telling
not boring.
you. It was so boring, everybody tuned out.
No, they didn't.
They did so.
They're talking about their dogs.
3,000 people left the show. My meter said it, right, Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have quite a drop. I didn't want to say anything, but whatever.
Yeah. The voltage wasn't quite the same. Anyway, seriously, when you live in hot climates, watch your animals and your pets. And it's like my friend Garrick, listen to this, had the most beautiful bird parrot for years. And he had it on a perch outside in the garden. This is in Palm Springs. And a gigantic 6-foot wing spread, some kind of hawk came down in front of Garrick and took the parrot up in the air and ate it. Well, Garrick never got over it. So you have to be careful of your pets, all pets. Watch them. They don't have minds like you do. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the dangers or whatever. So please.
Pat says they don't have to worry about that there. It's so freaking cold where she is.
Well, Jason said it was 60 degrees in New York. That's bullshit for June. June should be up in the 80s. What's going on with this climate?
More.
I think it's that guy in North Korea, Kim Novak. Kim Jong. He keeps blowing up things in the Pacific Ocean. Nuclear bombs tests. And I think that's upsetting the atmosphere. I've said this every week. When I was a kid in the 1950s, they kept blowing up Arizona or wherever, America. We did atomic bombs, and we had the worst weather. And then, of course, when they stopped, the weather got nice again. So there might be something to the planet Earth saying, stop blowing up, it hurts.
So let's do a little plug for the stations that play us, and then we're going to call our next guest.
Yes.
So everybody, we appreciate everybody tuning in to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, and you can hear us every Wednesday live on W4CY Radio with the super talented Chad Murphy.
That's me.
There you go. I love that. You can hear us on Hamilton Radio in New Jersey, K4HD Radio in L.A., Jackalope Radio in St. Louis, Caliber Radio in South Carolina, Society's Basement Radio. We're also on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Boom, Apple TV, Spreaker, and Podbean. And on television, you can see us on Roku, Vimeo, and YouTube. Yay! And they're all laughing that you said Kim Novak.
I call him that because his name is Kim Jong, and I call him Kim Novak because I want to be sarcastic. He should only look like Kim Novak, that fat blob. ugly-looking thing that stupid haircut.
And Pat says it's 1 degree Celsius. I don't know how cold that is.
That's cold.
It's 84 degrees Fahrenheit in Germany.
84 is
I think
nice.
we're only about 99 or 100 today. It's not too bad.
For Germany, 84 is very nice. Beautiful.
Like
Germany's always cold. I remember when I lived in Italy for a year, all the Germans would come to Genoa, where I live, because it was the Italian Riviera for the summers. They used to love to bathe naked on the beaches because of their climate.
So, Chad, let's see. Let's play some music and see if we can get our next guest on the line.
What are we playing?
Play Ali Jacko, Top of the World.
We can do that.
All right, everybody, this is Ali Jacko. The name of the song is Top of the World. He's probably going to be coming on in the next couple of weeks. He's a great, great, great artist from the UK. And while we're doing so, we're going to be contacting our next guest, Harley Wallen. So enjoy.
Live once, you never get a rewrite. Big words, so much is on the decline. Got style, run here, I got a good life. In a second, they can take it all away. Maybe you don't wanna take the option. Maybe you don't wanna fly. I'm telling you, I've got a vision. Dreaming is not a crime. Oh, stuck in the eye of stone. No, 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 no. Oh, pictures that can't be drawn. No, 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 no. Free, got no chains on me. No, 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 no. I'm gonna right the wrong. I'm bringing it home. Nothing's gonna stop me 'cause I'm heading to the top of the world. My bad, I'm getting kinda shifty. When I'm gone, I know you're gonna miss me. Phone rings, I think you better text me, 'cause time is sending money and I'm making it today. I know my situation's sticky, and you wanna walk on by. My life's turning into a movie, and I'm the leading guy. Oh, stuck in the eye of stone. No, 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 no. Oh, pictures that can't be drawn. No, 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 no. Free, got no chains on me. No, 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 no. I'm gonna right the wrong. I'm bringing it home. Nothing's gonna stop me 'cause I'm heading to the top of the world. Oh, as the spotlight flickers. Yeah, sends a shiver down my spine. Oh, stuck in the eye of stone. No, 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 no. Oh, pictures that can't be drawn. No, 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 no. Free, got no chains on me. No, 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 no. I'm gonna right the wrong. I'm bringing it home. Nothing's gonna stop me 'cause I'm heading to the top of the world. Oh, stuck in the eye of stone. No, 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 no. Oh, pictures that can't be drawn. No, 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 no. Free, got no chains on me. No, 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 no. I'm gonna right the wrong. I'm bringing it home. Nothing's gonna stop me 'cause I'm heading to the top of the world.
All right, Jimbo, there you go.
All right, everybody, that was Ali Jacko, Top of the World. Now we have a new guest. We're going to make sure we can hear him before we introduce him. Say something.
Hey. How
yeah,
you doing?
You can hear him well. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented actor, writer, director, producer, and stuntman, Mr. Harley Wallen. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much, guys. I'm really happy to be on.
Let me introduce you, everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Are you ready to have fun?
We're trying.
Oh, no, with me, you're going to have fun. Nobody beats the rap here.
Then we've got the man. Then we have the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Harley Wallen, welcome to the show, sir. Good to have you.
Thank you. So appreciate it.
Then we have a chat room full of people. Literally, we have, let's see, Canada, Germany, England, Australia, the UK. Oh, UK is England. United States. We have like a million countries represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
He tends to gild a lily.
Hey, Aliopa.
There we go. And everybody, Harley's in Michigan, and it's nice and warm.
It's nice and toasty, but yeah, don't hold it against me. I'm Swedish originally, and I live here now.
And you guys can follow him on Twitter. He's at Harley the Swede, HarleyTheswede. I love that, by the way. Like, I love your Twitter handle. I thought that was fabulous.
I heard a bit of an accent there, not much. You know, my daughter.
I've been here 20 years, so it's starting to kind of blend in.
Well, that's because you have to go to Brooklyn to learn to speak proper English. Oh. But anyway, my daughter goes to Sweden. She's absolutely crazy about Sweden, my daughter Deirdre. And everything in our house she gets at IKEA. So we have Swedish blueberry, jam, with the huckleberry, whatever it is. Good. We have Swedish meatballs in the freezer. We have everything Swedish. She's
also too. A couple years ago, there was a TV show called Welcome to Sweden,
right?
With Greg Poehler was the star. And actually, so when Deirdre was in Sweden, she hooked up with him, and they met at a bar, and we did a live interview on the show in Sweden at the bar with Greg Poehler.
My daughter was an actress. Is still an actress.
Yeah, and so it was really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I would have loved to have been on that show. That was actually hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good show.
A lot of people didn't really catch up on that one, but it was a fun show.
Yeah, I thought so too. So you do a little bit of everything, and I have a question for you because I went extensively through your IMDb today, and you have a lot of great credits, and you've worked with a lot of really cool people, and it almost looks like, I mean, maybe also living where you live, that you basically create your own projects.
Yeah. I mean, we used to have really good film incentives in Michigan, and we could rely on other people coming here and essentially employing us. And that's not the case. They cut the incentives, and I was sitting on a set, and I looked at my co-star, and I said, you know, who's going to make sure that we have any kind of quality films coming out of Michigan? And we just decided we're going to put our names in the hat. So it started just like that.
I think, though, because it's very difficult, like for actors, because it's not like you make a film every once in a while. I mean, you're working all the time.
Yeah.
You're working all the time as an indie person in indie films, but not shit indie films. They're good indie films.
Thank you.
And the fact that you can actually make those films, get the kind of talent that you've got attached to them. It seems like you work with a lot of the same people in a lot of the films, because there was one guy, his name was... What was his name? I wrote it down. Michael Alexander. He's in half of everything that you've ever made. And that it seems like you guys have developed a team. You've got distribution somehow. You're getting everything out there, making really cool films, and nobody knows how to do that because nobody knows how to come up with the money to do that.
Yeah, no, actually, that's one of the hardest parts is just to figure out a way to fund your movies. I make 3 features a year, so I'm in investor meetings continuously. But I figured out a good system, and I have really good connections with people who believe in me, and I get a fair amount of people flying out to join me from LA and from other places. So I think we got a good thing going.
I love it.
The way to get funding for your films is to star me in your films, and then people by the trillions will send money just for another Ron Russell film.
Right. And thanks, Ron. I'm going to keep that in mind.
And if you believe that, I have a bridge in Brooklyn.
Actually, that's not true.
Very cheap.
They might not, but you get good promotional value from it because you got me behind it, and he is actually a good actor. But
nobody wants anymore because I'm old. Hollywood is ageist. Ageism in Hollywood is horrible.
You know, I got to say, because I've worked with some really amazing actors, and Hollywood has a tendency to want that new car smell all the time. And there's a lot of amazing actors that aren't working the way they should. And that's a shame. And as I'm climbing these ladders, I can't wait to relaunch some amazing careers.
I think that's awesome.
Have you seen the Jane Fonda film?
Oh, the book club or whatever.
Book club.
No, not yet.
Go see it. That's where the money is now. We senior citizens, there are more of us now than ever recorded in the history of human beings. Mm-hmm. We are in the like zillions. Yep. Why we're not addressed with a film, I'll never know. These young jerks, they don't go to the movies. They sit home, smoke pot, do drugs, get laid, and watch a film if they're lucky. It's like the drive-in movie in my day. That's when you got laid in a drive-in. now they rent a film and they get laid on the sofa. They don't watch the film. But we old people, we love it. I hope it's doing well. The Jane Fonda film.
You know, I think it's a lot of funniness there, but you actually say a lot of truth. You know, when you're looking at the attention span of a younger viewer, you know, you look at a lot of the plot in a lot of the films these days. It's not very advanced, not very thought out. And I think some of the the 80s and 90s, the thrillers back then were absolutely amazing. And I agree. We need to have a place for all people and all audiences, for sure.
Hang on one second. Hey, everybody in the chat room, I apologize. I hit a button on my computer and it just like updated. So if you don't see me typing in the chat room, it's because the computer's doing an update. So I do apologize.
But seriously, film today is boring. It's blow it up, cut them and make blood squirt out, or use profanity continuously, or stupid young people acting like stupid young people. Now, back in the 1940s, the actors were the very same age that the actors today are. Jimmy Stewart was 25 years old, but was an actor, not a stupid young guy cursing and diarrheaing himself and jumping out of a window for a laugh. Yeah. That's what's wrong with Hollywood. Hollywood has lost its style. It's lost its writers.
It's glamour.
It's glamour. It's lost its glamour. You're right.
Arlene Dahl, who I love and adore, is a friend of, you know who Arlene Dahl is, the actress?
Yeah.
She said to me, Ron, so many of her friends who are writers out in L.A. are losing their homes because they're not making money. They're not taking quality films. These young punks, they write this garbage and they produce it and they get it out there. And the young kids go and they learn how to be trashy people. In my day, we had style and class. Cary Grant. We all wanted to be Cary Grant, and we all behaved properly, and we didn't have school shootings and all the garbage that we have today because films back then didn't even show blood.
Yeah.
And if you shot somebody, you never saw the bullet. Nowadays, it's just gone ridiculous.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Except for in the Fast and the Furious, he likes those.
What do you think?
I think, our job as a filmmaker is to show reality, and it is to depict life. So I think there's a place for all genres, but I think what has happened is we're becoming fast food films, and that's I think the problem is there's only one kind of films almost. It's superhero movies or it's
shoot him down, kill him.
Yeah, it's action, and you wonder at the end of it you go out and you say, what was that movie even about?
Yes.
Well, you can ask 7 million people, young people today, who Somerset Maugham is, and they have not a clue. Or Tennessee Williams, and these were great writers of great scripts that made great movies that are still classics today.
Yeah.
The writers today write with money in mind. Oh, this will get them. They'll come to see this. This is what they want. Not the story. They don't write a story because they're writers. They write for money.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, because you've written several of your films. You've actually written them, directed them, you're in them, you produce them. Did you write Bennett's song, or did somebody else write Bennett's song?
That actually, my production partner, Nancy Oswine, she wrote that one. And it made me have to walk into a very different place, because I like psychological thrillers, I like crime dramas, I like plot twists, and she wrote this beautiful story about a man who lost his wife to cancer, and a woman who lost his husband to, I guess, midlife crisis, and this beautiful love story, and about being a family in this country right now, which is, complicated and with lots and lots of kids. It was a beautiful journey for us. It was one of them movies that we didn't want to stop filming.
I love it. So hang on, because we have the trailer for it. So basically, cool. You play the man who lost his wife, and you've got a bunch of like adopted kids, and she's got a bunch of adopted kids. So it's kind of like you guys are like the Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt of the day in this film, and it looks very tender. And also, it's got Tara Reid in it, and it's got who's the guy that was in it? Dennis Haskins. Isn't he the guy from Saved by the Bell? Yeah. Okay. I was so happy just to see him like working in something that looked like a really quality family film.
Yeah, we're actually making a sequel for that this winter. We've had incredible success. The film is just passing, quality control and getting out there, and we had a ton of pre-sales on that in Europe, and we're pretty curious what station is going to pick it up here.
I love it.
Going great.
So it's called Bennett's Song, right?
Yep.
I had United Colors of Bennett originally written down, and then I saw on someplace else Bennett's Song on IMDb. So you were going to play the trailer so everybody can see it, because this movie is going to be a family film that I think everybody's going to really enjoy. Chad, you have that?
I do have it.
All right, so Harley, you introduce it, and then hang on, we're going to just play the 2-minute trailer real quick.
All right, so this is going to be the trailer for what used to be United Colors of Bennett's Song that is now turned into just the simple title, Bennett's Song.
There we go. All right.
Hi. I'm Dr. Son.
You called me out from the other side. You held my hand.
Maybe we could do coffee sometime?
I'd love to sometime get coffee, sure.
I haven't done this dating thing in a long time.
You thought this was a date? Now I have a daughter named Pearl. Did I tell you she's from China?
Did I tell you Janice is adopted?
Huh.
She said you asked out her dentist, and you were stuttering the whole time. Really, Dad?
You're dating.
Yeah.
How many of them are you?
All of them.
I don't want to date you, Susan.
Oh, you don't?
I want to marry you. No, really, they're all ours.
You're kidding.
It's 14?
14.
So what are you here for?
Witness for a defense man.
And you?
If they wanted to mess with my little sister, they were going to have to go through me.
I don't see a problem with that.
Words are not fists.
No, sometimes they hit a lot harder.
Some black kid comes out of nowhere claiming to be your sister, and then this Oriental girl starts yelling bad words.
There is a noise ordinance, and the sounds coming out of the garage far exceeds that.
Sounds like I'm gonna have to put a muffler on my lawnmower. I didn't marry your mother and end up with the rest of you guys in the bargain. I love you, Pearl, including your stubbornness.
Will you stop letting the dog lick milk from your mouth?
But she likes it! Dude, that's nasty. Whoa, I got a good one. This is like mining for diamond armor, but smellier.
Oh, Theo, no. Why do we have kitty litter? And I don't suppose either of you know how we ended up with a dead frog in the washing machine?
Oh no, Bob is... No, definitely not. We have no knowledge of this frog. Yep, nothing.
All right, there you go. That looks good.
All right, everybody. So that's Bennett's Song, and Harley's in it, and so is a lot of other great actors and actresses, and that so that nobody else can see that yet, right? You can go on YouTube, you guys, and watch the actual trailer.
We are looking at releasing. Vision Films has picked it up, and like I said, it's doing really good in pre-sales. But we have an August launch, and as soon as I know where it's going to hit in the U.S., I will
let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, you gotta love it. So then you did another movie, and I put it down just because I like all the people that are in it. This one I don't think this one's not so family. This is going to be more your suspense thriller type thing. Artificial Loyalty.
Yes.
And stars Billy Wirth, who's a friend of mine and's been on the show. John Savage, Richard Tyson, Yan Birch, and T.J. Storm. Which T.J. Storm's in a lot of your films, and he's badass.
Yeah.
He's a badass dude.
He is absolutely amazing. Any filmmaker watching this, if you want to hire an amazing guy, that's the guy you want to hire. TJ is just unbelievable.
And we actually have Yan Birch coming on soon. Like, I just got his email to invite him on, so he's
you wait till you see him in Agrimon's Gate. He is flat out scary, that man.
Oh, and Agrimon's Gate, doesn't that star Laureen Landon?
Laureen and Jan, they came in, and I'm telling you, it was the weirdest few days to have them both in. Somehow they both got so electric, and behind the director's monitor, after takes, we would all look at each other and show each other goosebumps. They were unbelievable. It was that's your film? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. So when because Laureen, I tweet with her all the time. She's been on the show. You know Laureen Landon with the blonde hair.
She's sweetie.
She just did Churchill's film too.
Another great gal.
We love her to death. So when that movie comes out, maybe we'll do like a casting and have all three of you guys Skype in at the same time to promote it, because we love Laureen. We think she's fabulous.
I'm telling you, her performance, absolutely amazing. I sent a little sneak clip to Joe today, and Joe just couldn't get enough of it. And I know he's going to be banging the drum after that one, because she's going to win awards. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable what she did.
Did Alfred Hitchcock in any way influence any of your work? Because I understand that you like twists and turns, and he was the master of twists.
Love. Well, the thing for me, which makes it a little difficult, is Ingmar Bergman and Hitchcock are very much influential for me. The films that I grew up with as a little kid, my mom and dad loved watching those type of things. My mom read,
Hell unfreeze. Hey, Chad.
We got a Disney.
Just a blast.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Now, what did you think of Sweden's Anita Ekberg?
Oh, Anita's, beautiful.
The most beautiful woman in the world at one time. I mean, I've never met her, but I wanted to.
Garbo, yeah.
Oh, she's better than Garbo, Anita Ekberg. Anita Ekberg was sexy and exotic, and those almond eyes and that chest she had. I mean, Anita Ekberg was exquisite. Sweden's best export.
Is Greta Garbo Swedish also?
Yep.
So she was a better actress, right? Greta Garbo?
No. Greta Garbo was. They were more stars than they were actors. Anita Ekberg was a lousy actress, but who cared? I remember her in Boccaccio 70, a Fellini film, where there was a big poster of a milk commercial. And then Anita Ekberg was rolling down a hill with her tits almost flying out of her dress, and they were singing "Beve più latte, latte fa bene, latte fa perdere la libertà," which means drink more milk, and you'll loosen up. And there she is rolling down the hill with the cleat. Did you ever see that film, Boccaccio 70? It was a trilogy with Sophia Loren was in one, Romy Schneider in another, and Anita Ekberg. These are films that people must see. These are classic films. I repeatedly keep saying this over and over again, almost every week. Lauren Bacall and I were chatting, and she knows how I promote old films. And she said, "Ron, remember one thing: a film is never old until you've seen it."
Yeah, that's true.
And that's so true. So people watch classic films. You learn from them. It's history.
Yeah. I love it. So you have another film that I only wrote it down, and I don't know anything about it. I only wrote it down because I like the title. It would make a good book. And it's called Indictment: Dead Witnesses Can't Talk.
Yeah, I'm an actor in that one. It's not one of my movies, but that was a really cool urban Detroit film, and I got to play a pretty sleazy lawyer in that one, and it was definitely a blast. That's for sure.
Is that something that we can actually see? Is that out anywhere? I love the title so much. It's like, what a great title.
I'm not sure where it is right now. I know Dennis Reed, who made that film. His other things are either on Redbox or Amazon Prime primarily. So I would assume that that's on there as well.
We have to see you in that, because one thing I think is cool is that you're like the top 3 leads in every film that you're in. You're like You're always at the top, and I think that's super cool. And I think that what you're doing to create, how you've created your own career, you know, by yourself, as opposed to trying to move to LA and get into the Hollywood crowd, you've done it all on your own that way. I think that's super impressive because hardly anybody can do that, really.
Yeah, I love storytelling. To make a movie and get a chance to, especially in today's world where films can be quite unengaging, to have a film that can grab you and make you sit at the edge of your seat for an hour and a half, 2 hours, that it's a blessing.
I love it.
They don't make many of those anymore.
No.
Now they shoot their load in the first 5 minutes, and then the rest of it is just blowing up in horrible garbage.
So hold on.
By the time you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely, no question about it.
So if you, because I like to ask this, and since we've never had you on the show, so if you could have been in any film that's ever been made in history, what film would you have liked to been in? And then who's a male and a female co-star? It could be a now person, an old person, anything like you want. Who would you like to work with on your bucket list?
Oh God, some of my favorite movies, The Usual Suspect, I love because
great movie.
It's very rare that I get fooled. It's very rare that the plot gets me. So I love that movie. I love Fight Club. I love Seven. There's so many movies. Godfather. All the Godfather movies are amazing. Deer Hunter.
I've never had
starring across from John Savage, because Deer Hunter is another one of my top 5 movies. Love that movie. That'd probably be the one.
Okay, Deer Hunter. Okay, and so who are 2 of the people that you'd like to work with?
I'd like to keep, since I already worked with John, let's keep De Niro and Walken.
Okay. Oh, Ron used to know Christopher Walken.
I know. I grew up with Christopher Walken from Astoria. Oh, wow. He was Walken's Bakery. His mom. All my birthday cakes came from his mother's bakery.
Oh, wow.
And he was in King and I was in something else, and we were young. We were like 18, 19 years old, and we would take the BMT subway home together from Manhattan to Astoria and chat. I haven't seen Christopher since we were kids, but I'd love to run into him again and reminisce.
Yeah.
His brother owned a bar not far from where we hung out. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about a woman? We need a woman. Okay, who's the lady you want to work with?
Oh, I'd say Jodie Foster.
Oh, now we don't get.
Foster's
Good
amazing.
Good choice.
We don't get a lot of people say Jodie Foster, but that's a good. Everybody always says Meryl Streep, and we're like, fuck
Jodie
that.
Foster's she's a far better actress.
Jodie is amazing.
Better than Meryl Streep, Jodie Foster is. Come on, Meryl couldn't pull half of the crap that Jodie pulled off.
I love that movie that when she did, where she was like going after, where she was like
everything. She does.
when the one where her like child or somebody gets killed and then she becomes a vigilante.
Oh,
Brave something or whatever.
There
that
are
was
better movies than that. I mean, where they rape her on a pool table. That was
The Accused.
The Accused.
A performance that exhausted most actresses. I love Jodie Foster, and anything she does, I go to see because I know it's a quality film.
Oh, she did that outer space one, Contact or whatever.
I know.
Too.
Contact was great.
What about where her daughter's a diabetic and they're locked in the safe and the guys are robbing the house?
Oh,
whatever.
Panic Room.
Panic Room.
Yeah. Oh my God! You know, all her.
We had a bunch of people from that on the show.
Nell, where she speaks.
Yeah, with Liam Neeson.
Absolutely.
The whole film.
Yeah, with Liam Neeson.
You know that if she's in a film, it's a good film. You're not going to come out disappointed.
Silence of the Lambs.
Have you ever worked with her?
Oh, Silence of the Lambs. I love that one.
Have you ever worked with Jodie?
No, I'd love to, though.
That's should.
My bucket list.
That's his bucket list.
Well, do it. Say it. Make a board.
Make a board with all the people you want to work with and put it on there.
You work with Jodie. You got a good goddamn film going.
Yeah, right?
She doesn't make bombs either, so you got to love it.
She doesn't do a lot of work. Very
Oh, well, don't forget, she's been acting since she's 4 years old.
Yeah.
She was born in front of a camera. To her, a camera is her father.
And she probably didn't blow it all up her nose, so she's probably got a lot of that money.
She's intelligent.
She's a very happily married gay woman and lives a very normal life, a very, serene life. She's not a runaround bar person. She's a homebody.
So I also noticed on your IMDb, there's 11 upcoming projects, so I'm happy to see that you're busy. You're on your way to a production meeting now for a film, which I think is fantastic. Everybody, you can follow Harley at Harley the Swede on Twitter, HarleyTheswede. Do you have a Facebook page or anything that we can share?
Yeah. Yeah, Harley Wallen. You can find me on Facebook, or you can follow Painted Creek Productions, which is my production company. There's an Instagram, there's a Facebook page for it, and a Twitter. And that's where you're going to find out most of what's going on with our films.
Say it one more time, Painted Creek Productions?
Yep, Painted Creek Productions or Harley Wallen, either which way. But Painted Creek Productions on Facebook, you'll find pretty much, if you want to catch up on any of the films we've made, it's all right there.
Gotta love it. All right. We also want to thank Joe Williams for setting this interview up. We love Joe. He's fabulous.
Joe's
we want to wish you luck in all your endeavors. Go to a good production meeting now and have a good time and actually get whatever you got to get done.
And remember, if you need a 78-year-old actor with white hair, that is me, because I can still work and I work well. I can play a gay character or I can play a mafia. I have played Brooklyn Mafia, priests, every shit thing in the business. But I'm serious.
Thanks, Ron. No, I appreciate it.
You got to get the word out there. Otherwise, how anybody going to know? Right?
Of course. I am right there with you.
And my Brooklyn accent is authentic. It's not these fake ones that the other ones.
Because he's from Brooklyn.
I don't have to pay extra for the accent, though, right?
No, not at all. No trainer, no coach.
All right, Harley, thank you so much.
Drive
careful.
Thanks, Rob.
It was nice meeting you and hearing your stuff. Thanks a lot for coming, Harley.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
What's up, chat room? So I apologize that the computer's like updating. I hit it came up to update and I hit the wrong button, so I apologize.
He always pushes the wrong button.
Oh well, what am I gonna do? I don't always push it wrong with you.
Oh,
that's not true. He does.
That's not true.
You know what aggravates me.
Oh well, yeah. Well, sometimes I push a button that you like.
No, when you get bitchy, and you could be very bitchy, in a very sweet way. He's like evil bitch in a sweet way.
You gotta love it.
That's when I tell him I'm divorcing you. I'm taking Brandy and I'm buying a little apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, and my little Brandy and I are gonna live together in heavenly bliss and screw all of you.
That's nice.
Well, that's when you annoy me. I'm not gonna lie and say we live in a heaven-sent romance. Every romance is tough. Every marriage is tough.
Absolutely. Chad, do you have any humps in your marriage yet? You've been married 3 months.
Only good humps.
Oh, he has good humps. Chad has good humps.
Bumps, not humps.
You gotta love it.
Chad, come on. Every morning you wake up and it's divine. Give me a break.
No, come on now. Don't be stupid.
Not possible.
Life has its ups and downs.
Every relationship or marriage has speed bumps.
Sure, and that's what makes it good.
Well, that's what I tell Jimmy. I said, if I was always an angel, you would never know the difference. So I have to be a devil. So when I'm an angel, you appreciate it. You know, the yin and the yang.
The positive, the negative.
Absolutely. The good and the bad.
All right. Balance. Balance.
And the generous and the cheap.
Oh. Don't look at Jimmy when you say cheap.
No patio. I have no patio. I have mud. Mud being tracked into our beautiful new wood floors. Mud from the dogs.
They should be mud-proof.
That's because there's dirt all over the floor from
That's
where we unbigot stuff.
Cheap.
No, it's not.
If you would give me the money for the patio, we wouldn't have mud in the house.
Listen to this guy.
Well, also, Chad, though, if we took a hose and washed all the mud that's on the top of the grass into the grass so it would sit in there, then nobody would track anything in.
Well, what do I look like, Farmer John?
Let's water that down. Let's put a sprinkler out there.
No, not Farmer John, Farmer Ron. Now that was funny.
Oh, it was hilarious. My sides are bursting.
I'm sure they are.
Oh, I'm going to die from laughter. It was so funny.
It was fun. You guys, we got a lot of great guests, too, coming up over the next couple weeks. Next week we have, and I forgot his name. Isn't that terrible? I just forgot his name.
Eileen, are you still in the chat room?
I can't see.
Eileen,
no, she's not. She's interviewing Curtis Blow right now.
Oh, Curtis! I was going to send her a big hug and a kiss because I love Eileen Shapiro more than anything.
She went on she went to the 30-year anniversary of Yo MTV Raps at the Barclays Center. She said it was sold out. It holds 18,000 people. It was totally sold out, and she said she had a blast, and she met all the icons of hip-hop from back in the day when hip-hop was really cool, and Curtis Blow and Flava Flav and Grandmaster Flash and all those people, and so she's been interviewing all of them, which is very, very cool.
How about Tootie Hootie?
I don't know who that is.
Me neither. I just made it up.
Okay, good. You gotta love it.
I mean, those are the kind of names they have. Judy, Hootie, Ootie, Woody.
You gotta love it.
Oh,
We're having a bunch of them on
Booty.
the show soon anyway, so we'll get to meet all of them.
Or
guys.
how about Judy Booty? Or Booty Judy?
Chad, you playing anywhere this weekend? Because we got 1 minute left.
We're playing at Duty Booties downtown.
Duty Booties.
And that's it. One night only this weekend.
So that's hilarious.
Where are you?
At Duty Booties.
No. Where is he really?
No, he's not.
Oh, you're not working this weekend.
Yeah, we got 3 gigs, but I don't feel like going through it. We only got a minute, so Duty Booty sounds better.
Okay.
So, chat room, we want to thank everybody for showing up. We want to thank our guests, Jasson Finney and Harley Wallen. We had a great time. Make sure to pre-order Captain Pump, the world's first fitness superhero.
Please, yes.
And
yes.
let's promote that. Chad, we hope you and Heather have a fantastic weekend, and everybody at the station stays safe in the storm right now, and we will see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress you right. You'll feel like a star. We'll hook you up. Now you look sexy. Your game is tight. Gonna get laid tonight. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star. You need Jimmy Star. Jimmy Star.
One day I was walking down the street. My mate come up to me and said, "Hey mate, wanna go to a party?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, love? I ain't got no gums."